Hi, my name is Gitanjali Pandit, and I thought I'd share with you something that I have been researching and pondering and reflecting upon for a very long time. Just earlier today, uh, I had someone call me on a coaching call, and this person was very worried about his course of action. He wanted to leave the job, the sales profile that he actually moved to earlier this year during the pandemic, during the lockdown. In fact, he moved to his new role for a multinational in April 2020. And he moved into this role believing that the sales profile would suit him. He had been in pre sales earlier with a large technology company. He felt that the previous company was not appreciating and rewarding his efforts enough by giving him a larger role, a bigger responsibility, that he wasn't growing in the organization. And it wasn't a matter simply of money. So, my coachee got in touch with me, and he wanted my help in making a decision on uh, whether to move out of his current organization, should he step out as an entrepreneur at this stage of his career, or should he continue to stay on and try and make a difference in an organization which appears politically very motivated right now, and which is got very difficult, where he's got a very difficult reporting manager. Does it sound familiar? Well, um, these situations are born. These situations arise the very moment when we take decisions um, from that core of us which is disturbed. That disturbance could be anger, that disturbance could be stress, that disturbance could be of anxiety, it could be of emotional neediness, it could be, a desire to prove a point to somebody and saying, well, let me show them, that I can do this. And out of that birth of a decision, so much can go right and so much can truly go wrong. There is a tale in the Mahabharata of the birth of Dhritarashtra and Pandu. It is said, it is written, that at the time of conception of Dhritarashtra, the queen uh, closed her eyes because she was so terrified of the appearance of Ved Vyas, who was there to fulfill his duty and his responsibility by making her pregnant. And so wild and unkempt was his appearance that she closed her eyes at the moment of conception, and because of which Dhritarashtra was born blind. Um, and when it was the turn of the other queen to be impregnated by Ved Vyas, uh, she turned pale with fear. And which is why when Pandu was born, he was born pale, and possibly he suffered throughout his life from anemia, is what I have gathered in the course of my research. The genesis of anything which is born in discontent, the genesis of anything which is born in violence, the genesis of anything that is born in a lack of gratitude, the genesis of anything that is born in anger, in frustration, in bitterness, in desperation, never leads to good results. Which is why when we make decisions, the importance of decision making is such that we need to bring our finest self to making and taking a decision. A self which is calm, a self which is judicious, And I love this word because there isn't any that really comes close to it in the English language. Uh, it it comprises the finest elements of wisdom, of discernment, of patience, and of a viewpoint which embraces diversity, which embraces uh, many ways of thinking, many ways of thinking it through. Yes, I'm fully conscious that there might well be uh, paralysis by analysis, but that's not what we are aiming at here. Major decisions like changing a job, if you were impelled by a moment of negativity, if you're impelled, as was the person, my caller this morning, uh, then it is time to take a step back and think it through with a cool mind and be judicious in that moment of taking a decision, knowing that when you bring your best to that moment of decision making, the result will be stupendously in your favor. It was the famous Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu who said, begin right and you will be easy. And for sure, if you begin right and take that first right step, you will always be easy. Come, have a chat with me, and let's explore this even more.